I have a top 5 list. The top 5 things we know for sure about the 2023 NFL season. A third of the way in. Hit it.
High five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's top 5.
Yes. A top 5 to start things off. A little burst of energy, a little zing. And
like
also, things we know. Number 5, what do we know? We know we were wrong about the Arizona Cardinals. Supposed to be tanking. Supposed to be rolling over. Supposed to be not performing in a way that looks competitive on the field. And for 6 weeks, they have been nothing but competitive. And we were wrong about Jonathan Gannon, that he had lost whatever is in that locker room. This team might have only one win, but this team looks prepared, and they come for you, and they're gunning for you, and they're in the games, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys, which you're not supposed to do if you're tanking. And then there's this. How many times did we say in the summer, in the spring, when we were assuming tanking was occurring, when DeAndre Hopkins is just let walk, and then we saw, hey, Colt McCoy, you're not starting. We're going to go take someone from someone else's franchise 2 weeks before the season and start him. And Josh Dobbs has looked prepared and looked ready for the moment. But we thought one win at the 6-week point, 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, we would definitely start hearing how Kyler Murray's not ready to come back and he wasn't going to play this year, so they could totally tank for Caleb Williams. And guess whose window for practicing is opened up? And guess who's back? Kyler Murray. We're wrong about the Cardinals. They might be a one-win team at the end and might be tanking later on, but we thought they'd be tanking throughout. They're playing each game, and they're bringing Kyler Murray back, which I don't think any of us saw. Number 4, 6 weeks in, C.J. Stroud is the best rookie quarterback.
No doubt.
I mean,
no doubt.
I know I didn't have you at 5, but I had you at 4.
Well, at 5, I said on the Overreaction Monday preview podcast that they would not have the worst record this year.
Okay, so I was wrong and you were right. Is that what you want to hear?
Nope.
Okay, so C.J. Stroud is the best rookie quarterback. Anthony Richardson's done for the year.
God, it's such a bummer.
Does he win this by default?
Bryce Young hasn't won a game yet.
Oh, no, he's been legit,
It's not
man.
just default. It's just not like, hey, he's 2-4 and he's got 5 touchdowns and or 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and that's the default. This kid's throwing.
He's top 5 in passing
They're
yards.
3-3.
Yeah.
And if the Jaguars lose tonight and they're on their bye week, they're flat out in this mix.
Oh, yeah.
He's only got 1 pick this year.
He's been awesome.
He's been terrific. And that we know for sure. You know, with all due respect to Tyson Bagent and Aiden O'Connell.
I hope those guys ball out too.
Number 3. And I'm not just saying this because you accuse him of being my 4th son after Baker Mayfield and Xander and Cooper Rising. But Brock Purdy was the right choice. I mean, now we know for sure. We know for sure.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy was the right choice. As Jimmy Garoppolo is hurt again, and Trey Lance got traded. Obviously, he hasn't had an opportunity to prove me wrong on this front, but what the kid's doing. And I understand the Browns had him all twisted up in a way that we haven't seen yet. But I can't wait to talk to him later on in this program. Brock Purdy was the right choice. I think we can make that just leave it at that. You see it, the eye test, the win column, everything else, the way that the team feels about him. Number 2 on the list. I'm going to say this because I don't see how the sky's falling or trapdoors opening here. And we saw enough last year to feel this way coming into the season. And the first 6 weeks of the season have confirmed that the Detroit Lions are for real. They are for real.
Truth.
And everything, I'll say it again because I kind of dig the line. Everything that Dan Campbell said in his introductory press conference is happening except the cannibalism. You know?
Funny.
You know, except the Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Everything else. They're having the league for fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yeah,
that's the only Lecter stuff. Right? And I cover what I see every weekend, which is the Detroit Lions doing it.
Keep going.
I'm done.
Please
I'm
keep
done.
going.
I got nothing else.
It's a great movie. You keep rolling.
Yeah, I know
Keep going.
that. You know what they're doing? They're telling the rest of the league to put the lotion in the basket.
Are they dancing the goodbye horses in their basement right now?
Oh, God.
Boy, are they doing it.
I might get a conversion van this
Come
weekend.
on.
Oh, God.
The Lions are for real. Honestly, like what's going to happen? What's going to happen that they're not for real? A rash of injuries? Just like would turn anybody that looks for real into not for real?
If the Ravens punk them, do you feel a little bit differently?
I don't, because I saw the Ravens with my own two eyes. That's a tough assignment in Baltimore, and they're not going to win every game.
Lions ain't getting punked by anybody, I don't think.
You know what?
I agree with that, too.
The Lions are for real. And then number one, I feel this way. You might feel otherwise. But number one, through 6 weeks, the number one thing that we know for sure about the 2023 NFL season, the Miami Dolphins have one of the best offenses of all time. They're the best in the NFL, but in terms of all time, they are that. Through 6 weeks, they are en fuego, to use DP's phrase. Best in passing, best in running. They are superb. And yes, even one of the best offenses of all time can be stopped like they were in Buffalo. And this weekend, choose another challenge against the Eagles. But they are schematically and athletically and all of it talented in a way that we have rarely seen in the NFL. Factual. All of it together. I think we know this right now. The 2000 Rams are only in front of them in terms of points through 6 weeks and things of that. You're hearing about greatest show on turf all the time. And the Miami Dolphins, TJ Jefferson, greatest show on surf and turf, as you said.
Yes, sir.
Marcus Price.
Well, make sure that we trademark that just in case LeBron takes it like he did Puka Doncic from you. So anyway, long story short, those are my top 5 things that we know for sure about the NFL season.
Love it.
Through 6 weeks.
Do you think we need one more?
All right.
Oh.
All right, we'll get one more.
What?
Here's the one last one. The Cleveland Browns defense is fixed.
Ooh.
That is fixed.
So
And all the Browns fans that were saying this, that, and the other thing about how their defense stinks and they hate their defensive coordinator, Joe Woods, back in the day, they are using the Schwartz, to use the Spaceballs phrase.
we got to get that as a drop.
Use the Schwartz.
I see your Schwartz is as big as
And
mine.
what Jim Schwartz is doing with the guy on the left, radio audience, it's Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
That is a Hall of Famer who is smiling because he knows he's got the right mix and the right DC. And with Deshaun Watson, by the way, Amari Cooper letting it be known that Watson was back at practice today.
Oh.
But without Nick Chubb, boy, do they need to lean on this side of the football. And that side of the football is leaning on people. Mm-hmm. And that defense is fixed. So that's the other thing we know for sure about the 2023 National Football League season.
Okay.
6 weeks.
I like that.
Good start.
Everything else is kind of, arguable or up in the air.
It's kind of juggling.
I think so. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.